No, we're looking at a national emergency because we have a national emergency. Just read the papers. We have a crisis at the border of drugs, of human beings being trafficked all over the world. They're coming through. And we have an absolute crisis, and of criminals and gang members coming through. It is national security. It's a national emergency.
Donald Trump's border wall has so far been erected only in rhetoric. Unable to corral Congress, which until last week was solely controlled by his Republican Party, he's now taking his case directly to the American people. But beleaguered by a special counsel investigation into his administration and a government shutdown, Trump may be running out of time to make good on his #1 campaign promise. Recent polling suggests fewer Americans want the wall than those who do. And while Trump has long said Mexico would pay for it, it seems now Americans will foot the bill, including the $5.7 billion needed to get the project off the ground. Now more than ever, the building of the border wall may hinge on U.S. political will. Something that's been undercut by stories of migrants, both those who've survived the journey north and those who haven't.
I heard you say one death is too many. I'm not asking how many you were responsible for. I'm asking you to promise that there won't be another death under your watch.
You have my commitment to ensure that all of our detention centers take good care of those in our care.
Last month, reports of 2 Guatemalan children who died after being taken into custody by U.S. Border Control further tainted Trump's zero-tolerance border policy.
Barbed wire used properly can be a beautiful sight.
Trump dealt with the news just as he had dealt with public blowback earlier in the year. In reaction to migrant families being separated at the border, blamed the Democrats. But he also blamed the parents in a tweet saying, "The children in question were very sick before they were given over to Border Patrol, and that the father of a young girl who died hadn't given her water in days," adding the Border Patrol needs the wall and that such incidents will end. But Trump's account of what happened doesn't agree with that of the girl's father, who had his statement read aloud by the director of the shelter where he was staying.
Jacqueline's father took care of Jacqueline, made sure she was fed and had sufficient water. She and her father sought asylum from Border Patrol as soon as they crossed the border. She had not suffered from a lack of water or food prior to approaching the border.
And while a political battle rages on in the U.S., in Guatemala, where the 2 children came from, there's only mourning and the flicker of 2 young lives cut short. Randolph Nogel, The Newsmakers.